One of the things that we've found is that the more we want to advance in Krishna consciousness and the more service we do, the more we depend on Prabhupada's books to give us the strength to do that service, to give us the understanding of how to purify ourselves. So when we were young men, we would go out and distribute Prabhupada's books 6 days a week. And on one day, the seventh day, as God rested, the Sankirtan devotee, brahmacharis, rested. We rested. We actually physically caught up on our sleep, and then we would go out to a park or somewhere. For the next 6 hours, we would just sit buried in Prabhupada's books. And because we had done so much service, and we had been distributing his books all week, it was very easy for us to get absorbed in reading. And what we realized is that the books gave us so much strength, and we had such a strong need for that strength because we were going out every day trying to convince people to take these books. So these books were nourishing our ability and also nourishing our desire to distribute them, because as we became inspired by the books, as we became enlivened, enlightened, then naturally we became inspired to give them to others because we were relishing what was in them and we wanted to share that with other people. And so, especially if you want to share Krishna consciousness with others, it's essentially important that you're reading sufficiently. This practice of reading one chapter of Bhagavad Gita a day, when I started doing that, my first realization is that anyone who's distributing Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, they should do this. Because it's so inspiring to be connected with Krishna's words that you'll just want to give it to people. You'll want to share Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada wanted us to share Krishna consciousness with others. So when we're dousing ourselves, when we're drowning ourselves in the nectarian ocean of Krishna's instructions, Krishna's pastimes, the pastimes of so many devotees, we become inspired. Another thing, which I think is very important to understand about Prabhupada's books, is that we face, I mentioned this earlier, but we face so many difficulties in our own Krishna consciousness in so many ways. And the Srimad Bhagavatam especially, it deals with so many varieties of situations that no matter what we have gone through or what we're going to go through, there's a story in the Bhagavatam that gives us guidance in how to deal with that, a story that's similar to where we are at. So we should see Prabhupada's books as solutions to every possible problem we ever had, are having, or will have. And that's why Prabhupada put so much stress on his books, because he knew we're going to face so many difficulties in our lives, but he's giving us the answers. Now, another realization I had is Maya, the illusory energy, she's always trying to pull us away from Krishna. And one of the ways she does that is by doing it without us knowing she's doing it. So, for example, in guerrilla warfare, you have soldiers that are hiding, so you don't know where they are. In guerrilla warfare, they say the soldiers are everywhere and nowhere. You can't see them, but they're all around you. And so usually guerrilla soldiers will ambush unsuspecting troops because the troops didn't know they were there. Maya's like that. She ambushes us because we don't know she's there, and we don't know how she's going to fight, and we don't know how she's going to attack. You read Prabhupada's books, he explains, Maya's like this. This is how she attacks. This is how she makes you think. You should be thinking this way, but she makes you think this way. You should be doing this, but she'll inspire you to do this. If you do this, this will be the result. If you do this, this will be the result. So in this way, Maya's coming to steal us away from Krishna. She's coming to cheat us. She's coming to chop our head off. She's coming to destroy our spiritual life. And Prabhupada's explaining, she's coming this way, at this speed, in this way. She's going to say this. She's going to trick you this way. She's going to make you believe this, and she's going to want you to do that. So you see the whole thing, and you can say, no, Maya, I'm not going to do that. I know exactly what you're up to. But without understanding Maya's plan, how can we resist Maya? We can't. So that's a great value of Srila Prabhupada's books, and that he draws out the whole map of Maya's plan. It's like intelligence. Prabhupada's books are like, now we have intelligence, how Maya is going to attack us, and we can defend ourselves. So you will have all these realizations also as you go through Srila Prabhupada's books, and you'll see that his books will be your greatest asset and your greatest friend in your fight against Maya, in your endeavor to become Krishna conscious. So, as we've said before, make it your habit to be with Prabhupada's books every day.